the Nike Metcon DSX Flyknit 2. Is this Nike's best ever training shoe? We're gonna talk about the good, maybe the not so good about it, and what sets this apart from other Metcons in the previous lines. I wanna hear from you guys. Have you had any Metcons before? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? Toss it in the comments below. As well, we're gonna get right into a close-up of the shoes and look really at them. But if this is your first time coming across my channel, I encourage you to subscribe. And if you're liking the content of this video, a big thumbs up is always appreciated. Now let's get into a close-up of the Nike Metcon and talk a little bit about what sets these apart from the other Metcons. Alright, so the first thing you notice is the Flyknit technology, and that's a big difference from the Metcon 3. The Flyknit technology was inspired by runners, creating a shoe that was virtually unnoticed in terms of its fit and very snug-like. So that's where the Flyknit came into place. It was a 4-year mission with a team of programmers, engineers, and designers to create the technology with a knit upper that was form-fitting, virtually seamless, and comfortable while retaining its stability properties. On the waist side of it, there's less waste from it from a traditional cut and sew by an average about 60%. So in the long run, this is saving millions of kilos of material from landfills. So the biggest thing you'll notice is they dropped the tongue, and this is all a one-piece upper. My initial thoughts was this would stretch a little bit, but after a few weeks of using it, it's staying nice and snug, and you can actually see this material or this webbing material here is different than the Flyknit material at the front. So this is creating a little bit more of a snug fit on the heel. One of the things I've noticed from the previous Metcons is this separate heel counter, and I think this is just a little bit of beefiness to keep the heel locked into place. And as well, if you've got Flyknit along the back, you don't have as much cushioning. Very similar to the Metcon 1. Some people really liked the heel on it where it wasn't really beefy. Some people really didn't like that because they found some heel slip in it. I found with these, after a couple weeks of using them, the heel slip tends to go away. But these are the shoes that I've noticed the most heel lift in any of the Metcons previously. So if you've owned Metcons before, you know the biggest drawback to them is they do squeak. And the main reason behind that is the type of insole that they use in the shoes. So what I've noticed about these Metcon DSX Flyknit 2s is there's no squeak in them. And it might be just because the insole is not as rigid as the Metcon 1s, Metcon 2s, Metcon 3s. So with that, I think this is the reason why the squeak isn't happening. If you have an older pair of Metcons and you love them, like I love the Metcon 1s, a little bit of baby powder underneath the insole here usually gets rid of that squeak immediately. So personally, I'm a big fan of the Metcons. I really like the shoe for training, and I really like the Flyknit aspect of these shoes. It gives a nice secure fit, gives a nice snug-like sock-like fit, and because I generally don't wear socks when I train, the fit on these are better than what I found in previous shoes in terms of the break-in process. Now the colorways, there's 3 different colorways for men and women. The original shoes that I wanted to get were the Oreo ones, but all sold out really quick. There's the blackout versions, there's the black and red versions, and then there's the Oreo versions. I'm sure Nike's gonna be releasing in January 2018 a few different colorways. So I decided to order the blacks because, well, it fits a lot of my wardrobe, like this, or this, and even this. All right, so I wanna hear from you guys as well. Do you own any of the Metcons? Which are your favorite? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? Toss them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Personally, my opinion, the only downside of the Flyknit is the price. Nike does market these as a premium product, and they are about $50 more expensive, well $50 Canadian more expensive than the other non-Flyknit type. If anything, that's probably the only downside to what I'm coming across with the Flyknit technology, but a long-term test will really find out if these will hold up to what I'm gonna put them through.